Hello, hello, hello. Let me get plugged in. Give me 1 second. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, we had some movement with gold. Tapped right into the 3500s and then fell out the sky, didn't it? What's up? What's up? Benny, Rosie. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon. Sorry, good afternoon. After 12. Alright, so I'm gonna start with pound yen because pound yen has finally broken. Oh my god. So pound yen did break out of this range, but it kind of didn't. It just tapped into this 200.1 level and then dropped right back in this range. Oh man, I was hoping GJ would start pushing into the 200s, but guess not. I guess not. Wow. Wow, GJ. I actually can't believe GJ has dropped back down here. This is ridiculous. Did I update that? No. Daily. I've kind of given up on pound yen for a minute because look at this price action, man. They had a nice bullish day yesterday and then literally just coming right back down here. So I'm going to just leave pound yen where it's at until we get maybe some yen interest rates or some pound interest rates news, some CPI stuff. It's probably the best time. Should get a little breakout or something. But yeah, nothing going on for me for pound yen right now, so I can't even. I've got no analysis here for it. I really don't. It's gonna be interesting. Wait, where did GJ open? Yeah, nothing for GJ. If you guys have any trading ideas for pound yen, let me know. Let me know, and I can look it up. But for right now, I'm just drawing blanks on GJ. Okay, gold D. Now, in the Discord, I was saying I was looking for a retest on gold. So there was a 4-hour level. Wait, why do I not have my daily flip on? Alright, so daily flips right here. Cool. Alright, so gold is bullish, currently bullish on the daily. We had a nice strong push up, broke yesterday's high, tapped into the 3500s. And now we're having a pullback. So the 4-hour currently is respecting uptrend structure. We've had a retest. So in the Discord, I was looking for either a retest of, what was I saying? There was a 4-hour level at around 34.85. So right here, about 34.85-ish. So I was looking for either a bounce off of that level or a bounce off this level here where we are currently trading above. So 34.76 was my other level that I was potentially looking for a bounce. So yeah, the buyers here were looking real good. That 4-hour there, boom. So this area here, look, you can see we had multiple retests of this level. 4-hour current, the previous 4-hour candle closed above. So based on the new strategy, the entry would have been this candle here. But you know, the next candle did break the low, so the stop loss would have been quite big, to be fair. but we're still holding above this level. So let's see if gold pushes up. If I can get another retest maybe of this level, then I'll jump into some buys. I'll be jumping right into some buys, no hesitation. That's not true. Oh, it is open. Let me close that then. Alright, so if we can get another retest. Bottom wick. No bottom wick on this 11:30 candle. And just push straight up, broke the high. Barely a top wick on that candle. But yeah, retest down here, that would be great. Like a double bottom, bounce, push up. Nothing that I really like on GJ. No. Back in the range for GJ. The best move would have been sells from 200. You know what? You are totally right. You are totally right, Rosie. That would have been the best move. Right, so yeah, we'll forget GJ. We do have some news today as well. There's where's my journal? ISM manufacturing PMI at 3. At 3. And I'm thinking about trading for a bit longer, bit of a longer session, you know. Thinking about it. For gold, I do want a bottom wick here, but if we can get a bounce and then a push up, that'd be good. That'd be real good. Maybe trade till news, that'd be interesting. nice day today. Now, two things with gold. We could be getting a pullback from 3,500, you know, profit taking, because it's a huge psychological level. You know what I mean? Once we stayed in the 3,400s, we cleared it pretty quick. Like, if you think about it, look, from the first time we closed in the 3,400s on Thursday, we closed at what, 34.16, and then boom, in 3 days we were at 3,500. So real strong moves through this area. And look, every time we have come up here, when we get into these levels, we do have big pullbacks. We do have major news coming this month in USD interest rates. Big level, but and big news. But I think because we all know that the interest rates are going to be dropped, we just don't know how big, like, the size of the interest rates decrease will be. But I believe it's priced in now, because we all know it's happening. We're anticipating it for so long. It must be priced in at some point, right? Volume's a bit low. I have my mic to the left. How's that now? Mic check, mic check. Is it better? I might have to move it right in front of me. How is it? Let me know. Is it the music too loud, or is the mic volume too low? Let's try this. Alright, mic's directly in front of me now. It's a bit dusty. How's it looking? How's it sounding? Better? Alright, we're creating this bottom wick now. Yeah, mic volume's up. Good pound yen. Bounce right off this support. I'm just not feeling GJ at all. At all. This was a very quick drop out of the 3400s. It's an hour and a half. Wait, that's 1, 2 hour and a half. 130 pips. 130 pips drop back into the range. Beautiful, beautiful. So retest 34.76. Now I need the candle to close to either tap into this area and close above, and then I can look at some buys. GJ is an L. GJ is an L. GJ is an L. Rosie said she is. For Rosie to be saying that, that's something. All messages. Where is this 4-hour flip? Flip bearish. It's pretty much, it's close. Where did this candle open? 10 o'clock. Opened here. 34.77. Maybe a 4-hour wick fill? But we've made a bottom wick for this 11:30 candle, which is what I wanted. I still want to retest really to get into some buys. This on properly. There we go. So didn't quite get the retest yet, so maybe this candle will pull down a bit more. I kind of want the candle to tap into it and then close above, and then I can look for some buys. What about sells? It's a good question. For sells, I would need a closure below 34.69. 34.69, and preferably it would be during this current 4-hour candle. Now if this current 4-hour candle pushes down and closes below, I look for a retest of this broken support and then continued sells. But I wouldn't want this current 4-hour candle to respect this support here. It would need to, why I want it closure below as well is because this 4-hour will be pushing below this previous low and the support. So the candles will definitely be trending down. You know, it's all about the structure of these candles. Are they trending? Because currently this candle is kind of ranging, isn't it? It hasn't broken a previous high, hasn't broken a previous low, hasn't even filled much of this, the last 4 hour candle's bottom wick. So let's see what this 4 hour candle does. See what the 4 hour candle does. I will go back and look at what happened during the last ISM news release. Price action look like. ISM manufacturing PMIs. When was it? August the 1st. Okay, we're a day late. PM as well on the 1st. Oh, it was on the same day as NFP. Ooh, it was on a Friday. It was on a Friday. Same time as, same day as NFP. So I had NFP at 1:30 and then this PMI news an hour and a half afterwards. So we'll definitely see which news gave the gave more volume. I have a feeling it might have been NFP. Definitely, most likely NFP. Alright, 12:30 candle, what are we doing here? Are we continuing bullish structure? Or are we going to come back down and give us that double bounce? Yeehaw, hello, hello, hello. Ooh. What's causing that static? should be good. So I want ounce come back up. That's what I want to see on gold. And this is exactly what I put in the Discord. It was either a bounce off, I think it was 34.76, or like I said, 34.85. Let me just double check. Oh, it would have been in my journal. Yes, 34.85. Obviously that level didn't hold above, did have a continuation pattern closing right into it. Once that low was broken, which would have been this right here, yeah, it wasn't looking good to hold. Maybe it didn't push back up. And then this was my next level here. So I'm still, you know, respecting this level. So yeah, I had something like this, but the candle was a little, the price was a bit higher at that point. It was at 34.82. It was over here. But we had a little bounce. If you was to take this, the only thing is, I think the problem with this trade is, my stop loss is kind of big. 71 pips, but I'll be looking for price to get back to come and retest like 34.97. So for 70 pip stop loss, for a 200 pip gain, and would have already got to 96 pips, and that's based on the strategy that I was talking about yesterday. So I think the problem here is this, like my initial entry might have been this candle here, and then TP below this candle at 49 pips. But what happened, the next candle came and broke the low. So it is better to wait for, it would have been better to wait for this candle to form right here. So get the closure, get a bullish candle, and then get in on the next candle. So I think that's a little way to tweak the strategy. Or add a note. Add a note. Tony, Max. Hey, you're right. Echo, hello. What's going on? What's going on? You waiting for this bounce? Yes, I was looking forward to it bouncing, but it doesn't look like it's going to, which isn't a bad thing, honestly, because it's I was thinking that we might be continuing this uptrend structure. If it didn't come down, we'll just create a support here and continue up. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Let me go back to... But the entry would have been one of these candles here anyway. Windows key I. Right, so in terms of buys, if it doesn't come back down for the retest, how big is this range? 120 pips, 70 pips to the previous low. I don't really want to buy in the middle of the range, but it does look like we might get a closure above. And my fear is if it keeps pushing up, obviously this range is going to get a lot smaller. gonna get a lot smaller. Well, we've got 10 minutes. Pound yen still coming down. Show advanced settings. Ooh, we're pushing, we're pushing. Man, if you got in earlier, would have been nice. 100 pips up by now. $100 up off this bounce. Now, when you guys are looking for trades, are you specifically targeting like set risk to reward? Does it have to be minimum 2 to 1, 3 to 1? How does it work for you? Okay, 1 to 1 minimum. But you need a good range. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, Rosie, like 2 to 1. 2 to 1 is not bad. It's not bad. But would you take a trade if it didn't? Because I'm sure we've had trades where it's not 1 to 1. I mean, less than 2 to 1. But I know you kind of, you hold for longer anyway, so. I've had less than 2 to 1 for sure. Yeah, okay. Alright, gold. Damn, didn't quite come back down again. I think it was just making a bottom wick for this 11:30 candle, you know. But I'm glad we're going back up. I think we retest 3,500 again today. So I couldn't see what I mean about taking buys above this closure. I couldn't take a buy here because now the stop loss is too big, and now we only have 70 pips left in this range with 117 pip stop loss. So the best entry would have been like off this level. I don't know why this is not working. Yeah, gold is gone. Gold is gone without us. It's left us. It's a shame because yeah, it was well before the stream started. But if you was in the Discord, you would have seen the setup. Where's the next place now to get into some buys? I kind of don't want gold to come all the way back down to retest here, to retest this level down here. But now I'm thinking, obviously, the next 4-hour candle open, create a bottom wick that, you know, doesn't break this low. Just makes a bottom wick, breaks these highs, and then continues pushing up. So I might have to wait for the next 4-hour candle. But while we're all here, I'm going to, let's look and see how the ISM, which one was it again? Forex factory, ISM manufacturing PMI. I have. Ooh. So we didn't break the previous low, but we're not pushing up to break this previous high. Okay, good, that's sorted. Now, if we get a pullback here, we could be creating a lower high. But I don't know, I'm quite bullish on gold. Quite bullish on gold. It's 140 pips back down to this level here. What are your guys' thoughts on gold? Anyone catch anything during London session? This was a very clean range. Very clean range. I was here when I saw it. When I was doing my markup, gold was already down here. I was thinking continuation pattern. But look, 75 pips. Down to this area, 68 pips. Just wasn't long enough for me. Wasn't a one-to-one. It's a shame, really. I mean, it would have pushed lower. Look, it did come down to, if I would have taken that entry, 130 pips. So it did move. I don't like trading against the trend. Me too, Rosie. Me too, me too, me too. If I see gold is bullish, which, you know, it clearly is bullish, then I'd rather wait for the buyers back up if it's pulling back. 100%. Did you check out ICC? I did check out ICC. What was it stand for again? Let me go back to the message. I did go back to it. It's indication, correction, continuation. Do you know what it is? What indication, correction, continuation is? It's a break and retest. That's literally all it is a break and retest. I don't know why people give such fancy names to things. It's literally price pushing up, the correction is the pullback, and the continuation is the trend continuing. So it's like it's a trend based strategy. Like, that's it. The thing is, everyone will swear their strategy is well, new strategies might be the gospel, but any strategy can work for you depending on how you interpret it. Do you know what I mean? And I really realized this when I used to watch people talking about prop firms, about passing prop firm challenges, and people that owned. I was following people that actually owned prop firms, and they say that ICT strategy is the most used strategy for platforms. and it literally depends on you as a trader and how you trade that strategy. That's all it is. So you get the people that have the top payouts might trade it, and the people that have the most fails use the same strategy. It literally just depends on the trader behind the strategy. So if you can find something that works for you, then that's what you need to do, and that's it. That's it. It's your understanding, it's what you take from it. That's it. Okay, we're coming back down. Okay, we might actually get a retest. It's gold gonna drop 100 pips. You really trying to do that? Alright, while gold is doing this, let's see what happened during the last PMI, ISM PMI, which was the 1st of August, and that was 3 p.m. our time, or my time. Sorry. So I'm gonna go to 2 o'clock. Alright, so this was NFP right here. This is actually NFP. This lovely 130 pip candle, and then this would have been ISM services PMI. So it pushed up and then came back down. So nothing special. I think it'd be difficult to gauge the price action because it came right after NFP. So price was probably still, you know, reacting off of that. Oh, gold is pulling back. Well, that's the only news we've got today, so we'll see how the market reacts to it. Damn, this is a real good pullback, isn't it? So it didn't quite reach the previous high. Could just be getting a longer 4-hour top wick. See if we fill this previous bottom wick. But this is a quite a drop. Look, 100 pips, 100 pip pullback in the last. Well, I wouldn't say it was 15 minutes, but I mean, if it pushes down much more, 5 minutes, quite a drop. 91. Wow. I just hope we don't stay bouncing around inside this range for the rest of the day, because we had good movement during Asian session. I mean, look at that. Look at this push up during Asian session. This was, look, 300 pip push during Asian, for gold to then drop during pre-London. Pretty much retraced the move. 260 pip drop back down. So NY needs a move now. Give NY its move now. Ooh, back into 34.84s. I don't know, I feel like there's some volume's gonna kick in from somewhere, because this gold is really swinging right now. 20-30 pips up and down. Let me go to my trusty news source. in X. see if there's anything going on. Russia and the US to hold a new round of consultations. That was 5 minutes ago. Maybe it's that. That was literally 5 minutes ago, and over the last 5 minutes, gold has had a little drop. Haroon, afternoon. Afternoon. So we had the gold move. Gold move's already kind of played out. If you took this retest from 34.76, you know, we had the bounce here, the pullback, we respected it on the 4 hour. You know, we formed a support, we had the push up. Now just waiting for a retest, or all right, so either a retest if price comes down and holds again at the daily flip, that'd be good, or if price pushes up, we get a closure above this 4 hour level, the next candle retests and then continues up. That's what I'll be looking for. The break, the retest, but it would have to be the 4 hour candle, ideally closing above. That's what it should be. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what happens with Russia and the US. I don't know. I feel like that could be the reason gold is kind of just dropping out the sky a bit. Meeting for consultations. like this structure is still looking quite bullish, so I need to see where this 130 candle closes, but we could just be getting a very tight uptrend on the 30-minute. I mean, 1 hour hasn't broken the low, but there's still half an hour left to go for that candle. And a 4-hour candle, very long top wick, so we'll see if, you know, price refills the wick or we get a rejection candle. Still have half an hour to find out. Is the retest still valid, Benny? For me, the retest would still be valid if I would have liked it to happen on this candle now. If it's going to drop down, I would like it to drive down, tap this support, and then push back up. On the next candle, that would be it for me, because I want the 4-hour candle to close bullish. So, I mean, the next candle could break this low, come down, tap, and then come back up. But I need this 4-hour candle to close, you know, respecting this previous low. And the next one, keep pushing up. I don't know. I would like a retest though, if I was to get into some buys, because I already took a trade earlier from, I caught a piece of this. Oh boy. Word today, where'd I get in? It's a very tight range, you know what I mean? Took a very one-to-one, 75, 67. So I got in, it was this candle. No, it was this candle. 75, 67. What time was this? 9:40. So 9:40 here. So on this candle I got in. Boom. Haroon, did you see the chart that I put in the Discord? It was during London session. It was quite early. It would have been quite early for you, but the idea was there. Got the retest, got the entry. Yeah, it would have been real early for you anyway. Yo. What's goody, what's goody? Oh, you're in the UK? Ah, that's alright, man. You can see the London session stuff then. It was quite early though, it was quite early. And if you weren't able to really watch the charts, it might have been a difficult one to get into. But the move was there, the move was there. could have been, boom, you know, potentially 170 pips, 170, 177 pips. What's goody goody, Sherlock? I would love to be able to take these entries on stream though, because it's on the 4-hour time frame. I think it just means that the streams might have to be a bit longer. That's all, really. That's all. Because they're based on the 4-hour, would need some time for the 2 p.m. 4-hour candle to open and get set up. Sometimes they happen quick. Sometimes they happen, you know, deep into the candle. We do need a bottom wick for this candle though. There's quite a little push up. It just did. Alright, coming back for that bottom wick. We might even get the retest soon. I mean, this 4-hour candle doesn't have much of a bottom wick as well. Look, it just literally tapped into here and then pushed up. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see how much gold moves in this next 24 minutes. I hope it doesn't close like a continuation pattern downwards. You know, we have this strong bearish candle, weak bullish candle, and then, you know, the next candle just drives down. But I wouldn't be surprised, as bullish as I am on gold, I wouldn't be surprised if it drives down from the 3400s. If it treats the 35, if it treats the 3500s like it did the 34, like every time it came up here it rejected. But I mean, the first massive rejection from the 3500s, it was a big drop. I mean, look, this was it. I remember this specifically. It tapped 3500 and just fell out the sky. I mean, look at that. Tapped it, and what did it drop? 1,000 pips over that one day, from the morning to the afternoon to the evening, just fell. It was a big drop. Look at this. Look at this drop on gold now. Damn. Alright, we're tapping into this level again. I need it to tap this level, but then close above tap into it, close above, and then next candle maybe make a bottom wick and then push up. Not gonna lie, I really don't want this. I want this 4 hour to close with a nice strong body, man. Come on, flip, go back up, push back up. Everyone's posting their kids' first day at school pics. It's that time of year again. Alright, Bold, what are we doing? What are we doing here? GJ's still coming down. Oh, gold is dropping. Right, so if it breaks this low now, if we break this 4 hour low and we keep driving down and we get a closure below in the next 20 minutes, then I'm looking for a retest. I'm looking for the 2 p.m. candle to retest this broken support, and then we continue this pullback. But we need to be out of this range. This is not great price action at the moment. Not great price action at the moment. Look at that. Can't believe Panya's about to drop 200 pips today. It's got to come back down to this support, right? It's got to come down to the bottom of the range. There's no point it stopping anywhere in here. With so much time left in the day, it's got to. Alright, let's see where this 15-minute candle closes. If we can still respect this level here, I think the next 15 pushes up. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really tested this strategy on a 15-minute time frame, so I will not be taking any entries based on a 15-minute retest, because the 15-minute is not my friend, so I never try force it. But if I can get a 30-minute close, I'll be more confident in that. There's a lot of volume in gold right now. These candles are quite big. These past two 15-minute candles, they've been quite big candles. First one, look, 100 pips. This one here, 125 pips. What's going on, gold? Right, we closed right on the line. What's this 15-minute candle gonna do now? Well, we closed right on it, which is a good sign. It's a good sign. Just need the 30-minute to close nice and bullish. Give us a nice 30-minute bullish candle. And then I need the next 4-hour to make a bottom wick. Maybe tap into this area again and then keep pushing up. That's all I'm asking for. Don't feel like it's too much. That's it. Benny, I'll test this on 15-minute for you. Yes, Benny, test it, please, 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 please. You test it. You do the heavy lifting on the 15-minute time frame, because it just don't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. Let me see what the US dollar is doing actually. Let's see it on pound yen because no one's trading this right now. I don't want to publish that. Let's see what DXY. Oh, I don't want it there. I want it here. Ooh. No wonder gold's dropping. Look at this. Okay. USD's kind of, it's looking a bit bullish at the moment. Oh, this is a very strong daily candle. Very strong daily candle. Look at the last 4 hours. Okay, so USD's got some strength in it. It's got some strength in it. It's making sense now while gold is pulling back. I'm really not liking the structure of these 4 hour candles, these past 2 candles. Strong candle push up, strong bearish candle push down, and now this one we're rejecting the highs. Really need to see how this candle closes, but I mean, if it closes with this long wick on the top, I'm not really liking the buys. Let's see if this support holds though. That's the first thing I want to do. See if this support is going to hold. And I can take it from there. Because what we can get sometimes is a continuation pattern play out. As in, we get the bearish candle, it breaks the low, it pushes down. You've got that continuation, but then it pushes back up. And a great example of that is right here when it happened on Friday. So we had the bearish candle, weak bullish. This candle, it hadn't broken its previous high. If you remember, we actually pushed down, so it would have formed that continuation pattern, and then right towards the end of the candle it pushed back up. Very strong push back up into the range just before the candle closed, and then the next candle just went straight up. And this was on stream, it started to push. So I can imagine the same kind of thing happening with this next 2 p.m. candle. It pushes down, like I said, we create that pattern and then come back. So I can see it happening. But then if gold wants to stay bearish and continue this pullback from the range, I'll be targeting maybe 34.43, 400 pips. Let's see, this monthly candle's had a decent start though. I mean, we're only in the 2nd day of the month. And we've already moved 700 pips. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad. Looks like this support is holding. Yes, Echo, it does. It really does. Do you have to wait for the candle to close, or can you set limit orders? I prefer to wait for the candle to close because, sorry, I would prefer to wait for the candle to close, honestly. Because for me, that's more of a confirmation that this level is holding. Yeah, it's more of a confirmation for me that the candle closes like right on this level. So this morning, how I would have taken this trade is this candle closed here. Yes, it closed bearish. The next candle, it came down, obviously, as you can see, came back up. This would have been a better confirmation for me, this bullish candle right here, and then getting on the next one, because now we've formed a support. We've closed back in this range again after creating a bottom wick, and then getting like off of this level, very close to this level. So it's kind of similar to the back testing I did yesterday for the entry. Just wait for, it's just seeing how the candles react to this level, what they do. But closing above it is a great sign. The only reason I didn't get in on this one was just stop loss wise. So in this case, if this candle had closed, tapped in like it has, and then closed just a little bit above, I would take an entry straight on the next candle, the next 4-hour candle, and then have the stop loss below this structure point, like this last lower high, and then just hold, because I'm anticipating the next one pushes above 3,500 and keeps pushing. You know what I mean? What's pound yen doing? Just, you know, got to give it a courtesy look. This is just a courtesy look on pound yen. Just because. Just because. I think on the next 4-hour, you know, I was saying I wanted a retest of this level. If this candle pushes up a bit more, we close strong bullish, I don't want the retest of this broken level. I want to push above this 4-hour resistance, then get the retest and then buy from there. So I want the break and retest above 34.97. So literally break the high, we push up to wherever, pull back, get the retest, and then I'm buying from up here. So my entry is going to be somewhere above here, hopefully not a crazy big stop loss, and I'm just in, and the trade goes all the way to 3,600, and we get a 1,000 pip day. Okay, no, we could get a 1,000 pip day, but you know, a couple hundred pips, well, something like that, something like this is what I want. But we don't know how long the next 4-hour bottom wick could be. And also, if gold decides it's not going to continue pushing, it's going to keep pulling back, then the next 4-hour candle potentially doesn't break this high and sells back down. Now what might that look like, and how would I get in off that? I would be looking then for maybe, I don't even know where I'd want to retest, because this resistance is here. Because what I'd normally do is look for a retest of a lower time frame key level. So, you know, if it doesn't break, if it, you know, taps in here and has a massive pullback, then this is the entry. But I kind of prefer buys at the moment. Oh my god, 1 minute left. I didn't realize how close to the end of the hour that we were. Let's get some water to try and wake up a little. All right, new candle. Oof. Now, this 4 hour candle, it is looking a bit bearish continuation like right here. This is gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. We're not far away from getting another retest. But I don't like. This is very tough. Not gonna lie, it's a bit tough. So if you remember the back testing that we did yesterday, being at the all-time highs, remember price did push above. We had a 4 hour resistance at the highs. It was quite a strong level. This one's quite a strong level too, but price did push up. And then did we take the retest? We took the retest of the 4 hours. So kind of what I was talking about earlier, but we're closing way below. I mean 150 pips away. For me to take the buys above here, I'm saying gold is going to move 150 pips, and then I wait for the retest to then push back up. This is tough. This is tough, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, it's tough. And these ranges here, they're too small. They're too small now. I couldn't take a trade in between this resistance and then these highs, 70 pips. Unless the stop loss was like 10 pips. It was the tiniest closure above the smallest candle. It's tough, it's tough, it's tough. Alright, so I need a candle to close right on this. Boom, candle closed there. Then look for the buyers up. Start clicking. One thing about this strategy, you've got to wait for the candles to close. So I need this candle to close. So I still got what, 23 minutes wait before this candle closes. Close right on this level, respect this previous 4-hour low, and then come back up. What do we think? You think this level is going to be respected, or we're going to get the bearish continuation pattern on the 4 hour? What do you reckon? Because, I mean, if we break below this support, we still have another one below. So I can imagine gold, you know, coming down. If we break here, we break this previous low, we have this next one here to then bounce and come back up. This is a nice move right here. It's a nice move. Gold can continue up. And then we have news in an hour. So you know what this trade kind of looks like? Kind of reminds me of? There was a move like this last week. It was where the 4 hour, new 4 hour candle. It was 2 candles. Where was it? It's not on the 15, it was on the 30-minute. Reminds me of this right here. This move right here. We had a support, strong support. We came down. This is the new, well, new 4 hour candle. Started here, pushed down, respect to the previous low, and then just started pushing up. So I mean 30-minute support respect to the previous. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I think I'm gonna leave it here, but for the rest of the session, if I do see the setup, I will post it in the Discord. So I'm looking for, I think this candle might have been the retest already. But yeah, I'm still thinking buys. If price pushes down, I'm looking for either. So I mean, it's kind of pushed up, so either a bounce like that, like this, or if we break below, then boom. These are the ideas for now. These are my ideas for now. And if, depending on how we push up, something like that. So these are my trade ideas for the rest of the session, because I can't take my usual strategies in this range because the range isn't big enough. So I can't take this closure above because the next resistance, even like it's a 4-hour and 30-minute level, is right there. Trend continuation, so I would need a strong support formed, potentially off this level. Yes, but if this 4-hour candle breaks the low, breaks the last low, or if it holds at this one, then I'm looking at the buyers up. But if it breaks below 34.69, then like I said, look for the retest, like a top wick, tap him, and then boom, straight down. And same for a break above this 4-hour resistance too. So those are my trade ideas for now. But if I can get a retest of 34.76, because it's quite a strong level, you can see how many times we've pushed up from this area. Yeah, as long as we respect this previous 4-hour low, then I think we keep going up. But yeah, like I said, I'll put, depending on where the price comes down to, the levels, then I'll put in the Discord what, you know, what I think, what I anticipate, what I might be getting into. Yeah. All right, guys, it's been great. Don't forget, there's news in 45 minutes. Yeah, news in 45, so look out for that. I doubt it's going to be super high impact, but it is the only news today, and it is red folder, so either way, trade on either side of it. If the news does happen to pull price in either direction, look for the retest of any key levels, higher time frame, lower time frame. Just look for a retest and see what happens there. But yeah, back again tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow, do we have news? We have jolts, but it's at 3 o'clock again, so we'll see what that price action is like. Depending on the price action, I don't mind staying for longer, but if it's just messing about in this range, then no. Yeah, all right guys, peace out, and yeah, back tomorrow.